Aaron here, and it's Wednesday, February 26, 2025, and this is my. I'm recording my third video of the week, but I haven't published one from Monday, which reminds me to do that. But I'm here with brand new content on Wednesday. My goal is to spend at least 10 hours here each week at the video studio, and because I really want to grow this channel fast, and serve my ideal client who are productive and successful women who want to create a stunning level of balance between the work that they do or the business that they run. So let's call it work and their lifestyle, and they love and romance life. So all those three L's. No, not three L's. I like to think of the business / work as the lucrative part of their life. So how to balance your love life, how to balance your love life, your lifestyle, and the lucrative part of your life, which would be your business or the work that you do. So today, when I did my inviting inspiration process, what came through was thinking about the 6 to 8 core things that you need to focus on when you think about. Let's just focus on your love life for now, right? Let's think about that, and what are the 6 to 8 things you really need to focus on. And over these past few days, I have been working with a business coach. Who I had actually met last May, so the May of 2024, and she was on a panelist, and I gave a 5-minute pitch about my business, and then I did not get in touch with her, and just a few weeks back on LinkedIn, I saw that LinkedIn referred her profile to me, and I said, let's reach out to her. So we spoke, and she said, I would love to give you some pointers to help you grow your business. And he said that drive your business by using an assessment. So make that the focal point of every single intake, of every single call that you have. So usually the way most coaches do it, they have 35 to 60-minute discovery call. Here's where you ask questions, you ask your potential client about their goals and their challenges, and then you try to build a bridge. And if this person trusts that you're the right coach, you can talk to them about your programs and the price, and they either sign up or they don't. So as I was doing the brainstorming for this video, I was thinking, why don't I come up with the 6 to 8 steps in my process. They're not really linear steps, but they are steps or things, or whatever word you want to use. For me, there's 6 to 8 distinct pieces of the puzzle that is creating a thriving love or romance life. So I was thinking that, I have not done any prep in terms of actually writing down the 6, but what I did do, what came up strongly, was one of Stephen Kotler's blog posts that he had shared. I saw in 2019, and I really love that, because he says here in the very first line, this is from an email that Stephen Kotler sent to his list. So he is the I don't know what the correct term for his role is now, but he's an author on the science of peak performance, and he also is the co-founder of the Flow Research Collective. And I've done a few of their courses that were great, and I've learned a lot about how to be a peak performer, and many of the things I already knew because they are common knowledge, but when you pay a big chunk of money to learn it from them, you definitely develop a much greater appreciation of those things. So what I did was that I chose this because he says here, Because in that email, he says that there are 6 things. I only do six things. And it stuck in my mind for all these years now. So he says, you can only manage so many variables at one time. If you're hunting big success, as most, if not all of my clients have done or do want to do, you have to choose those 6 to 8 variables wisely. For me, there are 6. I do 6 things in my life: write, study, flow, help animals, spend time with friends and family, hurl myself down mountains at high speeds, and he mentioned skiing and biking as examples, and all the general business stuff I need to do to keep the previous 5 working. And in brackets he mentions interviews, marketing, product development, etc. So let's go through the 6 that he has in his life. Write, study, flow, help animals, spend time with friends and family, hurl myself down mountains at high speeds, and all the general business stuff I need to do to keep the previous 5 working. Interviews, marketing, product development, etc. And then he writes down everything else is eliminated or turned into a constant. And he says here that he just wears black, right? This is something that Steve Jobs did, and I know a few other people who do it. They only wear black shirts. That's it. They only have one, so they don't have to think. And then this is the one I love because it really ties into what I emphasize to my clients too. Think about it. Decades out, what's going to feel like time well spent? Let me ask you that question right now. Decades out, so we are right now in 2025, so February 26, 2025. Let's go 2 decades out, February 26, 2045. What will your age be then? I am currently 38 years old. In 20 years, I will be 58 years old. So it's a really good time for me to, as I create this video for you, to think about decades out, what's going to feel like time well spent, right? This time in the studio is time exceptionally well spent for me, because I'm creating content that can do work when I'm not working. As this channel grows, more and more people will go back to the videos I create now. 20 years from now, people might still watch this video and be like, oh, you mentioned Stephen Kotler's email that he sent on June 20th, 2019, and I still remember it, because I always ask my clients, what are the few things that really matter to you right now, and what will give you the highest leverage? What will help you achieve the biggest results in the shortest amount of time and using the least energy possible? So it's not just about the time, but how much energy you spend doing the things that will lead you to your goal. And he said, what variables will have been worth having? What variables will have been worth having? So that's Stephen's post, and I just shared that with you because I found many people who I follow, they all have some version of these 6 to 8 things. I was thinking about Dean Jackson and his breakthrough DNA that has 8. That is 8 steps broken down into the before unit, the during unit, and the after unit, and that's great. It's a nice simple thing that you have to use, that you can use. I haven't read that book in a while, but I need to definitely read it once more. And then Steve Baldina, he has his 7 core principles of personal growth, which are truth, love, power, courage, oneness, authority, and the last one is a combination of those six, which is intelligence. So there you have it. You have Stephen Kotler's six things that he does. You have Dean Jackson's breakthrough DNA, which has 8. Then you have Steve Balvina's map of personal growth, which come down to 7 things: truth, love, power, oneness, courage, authority, and then a combination of the 6 is intelligence. Now, what are the 6 to 8 things that I will share? I will give to successful and productive woman who wants to now gather the results that she wants in her love life. Say that she's working for me for a period of 6 weeks. What are the 6 to 8 things that I will absolutely focus on? Let's start with the first. The first one, the biggest one. I will always tell women this. One of the biggest keys is your influence circle, not your social circle, because you can have people who are just dead weight. They're just there because you have not taken the time to really think through who you want to spend your time with. Many women I've met, many men I've met, I've been there too. We just spend time with people who are just there. It's easy to schedule time with them because that's what we've done for the last 5, 10, 15 years, even lesser. They'll say yes to meet up. We've developed a good pattern, but being in patterns does not mean that you need to spend time with these people. So the biggest one for you to learn from now till the rest of your life is that you become exactly like the people who influence you the most. So don't think about your social circle. Think about those people, but think about the influence they have on you. How are their love lives going? Do they have partners? If they have partners, are they in a thriving and fulfilling romantic relationship? Because let me tell you, whatever they are experiencing has a very significant impact on how you show up. If you have people who are just in a state of constancy, they have the same thing year after year after year, they've been with the same partner year after year, there's no real goals, they don't have any couple goals, they just are two people who live in the same house, and they may have sex once in a while, they may have an occasional talk about goals, usually right before January 1st. But generally, most couples do not have any sort of couple intentionality about what they are doing and why they are in a relationship. So make sure that those who are partner up and those who are single and anyone else in your life, both at work and outside of work, that they're having a positive impact on your love life. This is a big one. This is probably the biggest one. The first one is who do you have in your circle? Because if you have a strong social circle, whether you're in a relationship or not, they will always ask you, how are you feeling about the state of your relationship status, or if things are not good, they will ask if they can be of support to you, and if things are good, they will celebrate with you and keep cheering you on. Most people fail here. They can work with a coach for 6 weeks to 6 months or even a year, but if the coach does not help them consciously change their social circle, they will fail long term. Because I think one of the primary motivators or the primary roles of a coach is to help you change your social circle so that you don't need the coach. The coach has been like, let's bring in people to help you out. So once you work with me and use the tools, use the tools, you already know what to do when you're on dates, but it's that social motivation that comes from the people that you surround yourself with. So that's one of the big ones. It's not commonly talked about, but I think it's one of, if I don't share anything else, that one will really make or break your life. Two, what is two? I would say focus on the vibes first. Focus on really how you want to feel. So go deep into what your heart wants and what your head wants too. So have that dialogue between both your head and your heart in terms of what you want to feel next. The best way to describe this is what happened on a call with Steve yesterday. He's running this workshop called the Bucket List Challenge, and it was my turn to speak. So Steve was like, what do you want next? What do you want to feel next? So I was like, Steve, I meet so many people who have these big goals. They know what, whether it's I want to find my dream partner who makes so much money and this and that, or they want to move to a new place or travel, whatever. The what is usually simple to define. But I'm like, most people find it very challenging to create that day-to-day flow, right? What are the things to do to move those goals forward? That is what most people find extremely challenging. So you set a goal which may take 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, whatever. But how then do you bring that down to your day-to-day level? So as I was speaking, what came up was courage, moving things forward, having a really strong sense of awareness. That's what Steve said. Aaron, I see you having being someone who has a really strong sense of awareness as to what you're doing. And I was like, yeah. But he said, you know what? That's not your vibe. That's not your vibe. What is your vibe? So then I went into something that he mentioned in his course called Amplify, where he talks about being a bear. So bears, they hibernate during the winter, but they can also be ferocious if they are poked or if someone tries to aggravate them. And then we came to that word for me, which was ferocity. That was the word that really landed powerfully with my heart, my mind, and my body, and I would say my being, which is beyond my body. So that one word was the new vibe, and I was like, no, I really love this word, ferocity. And strangely enough, Stephen Kotler wrote this book, and I think it's also a course on Mind Valley called The Habit of Ferocity. So there was just this beautiful tie-in with Steve Dalvina and then Stephen Kotler. So I was like, wow, that's my word for at least, I would say, the next 3 months, if not the next 12 months. That's my word. I do want to be more ferocious in terms of not hesitating when I want to ask for the sale, not shying away from saying things or doing things that I really want to do. So that whole thing is part of the example for my second major point. Focus on the vibe and vibe. So that's just one vibe, which is ferocity, and we came up with 8 more on the call. One was majesty, one was sassiness, one was nourishing, one was nurturing. So what I do with clients, I go into what are the 5 to 10 vibes. These are the feelings that you want, and we really go into, as Steve did with me yesterday, we go deep into what brings them that emotional resonance. We go deep into that. So we don't go right now into specifics, we just focus on the vibes. Now, using those vibes for the third step, now we go into the specifics. This is what we view on the movie screen. So say that you choose the vibe of care. Say that we are in a coaching session and you want the vibe of care. I was thinking, what does that look to you on a movie screen? And give me 3 examples of that. She may say, you know what, I would love my partner to cuddle me and read a book while sitting on the couch sipping some jasmine tea. Now see, I can visualize her cuddling with her partner, and he's reading a book to her, and while they are both sipping jasmine tea. That's quite a specific image that I can see in my mind. And then I may ask some more questions. What is the book he's reading to you? And why? And where is this place? Are you in your home? Are you in some other city? So we go deeper into the specifics now, but it's all based on that vibe of care. So we do it with the vibe of care, and we find 2 to 3 of very specific, what I call these mental movies. And then we do that for each vibe. So as you can see, it's quite a lot of thinking that needs to be done, but it's absolutely critical that people do this higher level thinking, because it makes a big difference in how they show up to the world. Just having a few words to infuse your reality with these words makes a big difference. Okay, so that's the third, using the vibes to now create these visualizations or these mental movies where we go deeper into specifics. And here's where you can think about how much money he makes, what work you want him to do, how often you travel, what food you want to eat, do you want to have kids, do you not want to have kids. So we match the vibes with the very practical side of things. The fourth one now is the action steps, right? You want to meet this new life partner or the new love of your life. What are the action steps that you need to take? My first question that I ask women is there a man, or are there a few men right now in your life that you like and you want to ask them to meet one-on-one for a romantic interaction? That's a very simple question, and usually there's always at least one. Then I ask, okay, let's not make it hard for yourself. You already have one. What is the next obvious step? So either they say, you know what, I only feel comfortable sending him a text. And some I say, you know what, I challenge them here, because the job of coach is to also challenge his clients. So I say, phone. Why not phone him? You have his phone number. Why not give him a call? And some women will say, no, that's too much. It'll seem too forward. And at this point, I say, you know what, I will still give that challenge to you. From this week, say from this Wednesday to next Wednesday, I will say make that call. But if not, that's completely fine. I won't be disappointed in you if you do not make the call. Usually, though, they do make the call. And they are sometimes surprised that the men say, absolutely, yeah, let's meet one-on-one. So you can see how much time that saves. You see how much time that saves from really thinking through what are those much higher leverage actions that you can take. So I always say, go deeper into what are the higher leverage things which will both save you time, because on the call you may realize, you know what, this guy doesn't seem to be serious. So again, you haven't wasted your time dressing up, choosing a place, setting time out to go to meet him. So we're on the fourth one. We are already at 4, and the fifth one is now the skill of saying no, or the skill of releasing. So this is one in terms of releasing the past. And this can be not in terms of past partners that you've had. It could also be any past negative experience which is still causing you to hesitate. This could be something at work. This could be something that your mother or father or sibling or a really close friend said to you. And it might not even be in the domain of dating and relationships. It could be something completely different. Maybe you did not dress up well one time. Maybe it was because you really disappointed someone and they told that to you. Maybe someone made a really terrible comment and you still feel bad about it. So the whole fifth step is about releasing, and then using that released energy to feed it into the last four things that we discussed. So the big step 5 is how to release the things. Release the shame, release the guilt, release the fear, release. And one simple tool I use is Google Doc. So the Google Doc and the Google Sheet as well, those have worked beautifully because you want to put you want to be hands-on with this. And it's really therapeutic when you type on Google Doc. I can see the words, and that space is important for creating transformation. And then I think we are fifth. I think we did 5. The fifth one, releasing. Sixth one, I would say, is using good tools. So my Google Doc and Google Sheet have worked exceptionally well, where each coaching call we go deep into what we discuss. We recap at the end of each call, and then I also use a Google Sheet where we write down the names of each potential partner you meet, and we write down how did you feel, what stage are you at, is it someone who is showing interest in you or not. So the tools really matter here. So the Google Sheet and the Google Doc plus WhatsApp and text, all those tools make a big difference in keeping the amount of information manageable. You cannot keep it all in your head. You need to write it down, and you need someone else to see it, right? It cannot just be there for you, and you don't get any feedback. So that's my role, to see what you're writing, see how things are going, and to be that other brain for you. Be like, as your coach, this guy is really not the right guy for you to meet on a second date. But this guy, I know you're not feeling it, but I feel something. So it's that dialogue that we have. So that's the sixth step, using the right tools. And 7th step would be, I would say, to commit to enjoying the day-to-day unfolding. Enjoying the day-to-day unfolding of this journey of finding your life partner. So this could be something as simple as spending 1 minute in your private handwritten journal every single day. Write down, this is one thing I did to make myself feel good, because the more you feel good, the more you feel happy, the more likely you are to be more attractive and attract that romantic partner into your life. And so that's the 7th point, is to just keep on reminding yourself every single day that you're supposed to enjoy this process. Enjoy this process step by step, and to have a log so you can see it every single day. You are making progress. And the 8th, I would say, is your self-care. Yeah, your self-care and self-education. This is where I would add sleep, diet, exercise, learning, reading, yoga, I would put that all as a very strong 8-step. So you absolutely have to keep those going. Going back to what Stephen Kotler said, right? There are things that are constant for me too. I would like to make working out constant in my life, same day, same time, every single day. I used to have this in the past, and now I'm going to introduce it. So having those basics strong, that's the main thing, because sleep, diet, exercise, learning, reading, keeping up with your own self-education, I would say that's a very strong 8th and final step. So there you go. That's the 8 that I came up with on the spot. The first one could be just one word. Is who. Who is your influence? Who is influencing you? And if there are not many people, think about yourself. Are you listening to good books or good podcasts? Because those all have a strong influence on you, but the biggest influence are those you spend one-on-one FaceTime with, either through Zoom and even more so in person. So one is that. 2 is the vibes. I use the one word for me for the next few months is ferocity, and choose 3 to 5 for you. So first focus on a vibe that resonates with both your mind and your heart and your body and your being. Then you know you have a really powerful vibe there. 3rd is going to specifics using those vibes. So think here about how the vibes will play a part in your romantic relationship, and that's the 3rd one. 4th one is releasing and letting go. I think I'm missing a 4th. I do not remember what it was. The 5th was having two tools, having the right tools. The sixth one, or I may have missed my numbers now, which is fine. I'll just continue recording. I'd say 6, 7, 8. I think 6 was the tools. 7th was the reminding yourself to just enjoy the process day after day and realize that this is a long-term frame. And then the last one was your whole self-care and self-education. That's another big one. So those are my 8. I may have missed one there, but you can rewatch the video to see what it was. Overall, I'm glad to have shared this with you. It was good for me to go back as to what would be my 6 to 8 steps or phases of this. So please like, comment, and subscribe if you want to. And thank you for watching this far. Again, this is for productive and successful women who want to find the love of their life. And for anyone else, the steps work for anyone who wants to find the love of their life. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.